Tanya, have you sold a hotel before?
Uh, no.
Okay. Because I was looking through some expired listings in the MLS, which I'm not supposed to have access to, but I do. And it was listed by a no, a realtor who didn't know what the hell they were doing. And it should have been sold as a business. So it recently expired like 2 weeks ago. I'm going to approach them
Yep.
and they've spoken with a business broker before.
Yeah, you need to see if they own the land too, because then the real estate wouldn't necessarily come into play.
Right.
That's a hotel, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember going on a years and years. I was brand new in the business, probably had been in the business for maybe not even 6 months. And I went on a listing appointment with the owner of a hotel. And that was the first time I ever realized that hotels didn't actually have to own the real estate. I always thought for whatever reason, I always thought they did. That the hotel was always, but this one was actually on an airport, on a small airport, and the airport owned the land. I mean, the hotel didn't own the land. It was like,
Yeah.
what? So yeah,
You know,
that was something new.
the real property relation to the business operation itself can be another tricky red flag, just like the financials are and can be, like Tanya was saying earlier. Because there's so many different scenarios. You can have it as, leased real property, or you could have the business owner own the property and want to sell it, or you could have the business owner own the property and want to lease it back to the buyer of the business. And if the owner of the operation that you're selling, the business operation, is leasing the property, you really want to check, just like you do on the financials, and make sure that it's apples to apples with their tax returns and their P&Ls and what they're representing. You want to check with that lessor, to the landlord, to make sure that they will be open to transferring that lease to a new business owner. I've lost deals and many months of time because you sit there and spin your wheels and you can't get, like Irvine Company. They're horrible to work with out of Newport Beach and Orange County.
Yeah.
I used to just turn listings away if the landlord was Irvine Company. I wouldn't even work with it. So that's something else to keep in mind.
Yeah, I think when it comes to hotels, there's actually three different components that you need to look at from the hotel standpoint. So you have the owner of the real estate, you have the owner of the business, and then you have a management contract, which and the owner of the real estate, the owner of the business, and the management of the business may be the same person, the same people, maybe the same owners, but they could be three different parties. And so you can have, you can have somebody that owns, like Irvine Company, that owns the real estate. You can have a business owner, but maybe they have a multi-year management contract with, with a Hilton or with some brand name. So there's always, you just have to investigate who are the parties that are involved with the hotel. And it could be, sometimes you're dealing with a small hotel, it's, 50 rooms or 30 rooms or whatever, and you've got a couple, or a family that owns it, and they own the business, the hotel business, they manage it themselves, and they also own the real estate. But you don't know until you do some digging, and you got to find out, because the other thing that can go awry is you could have a management contract that you're unaware of because you didn't ask the right questions, and the management contract has another 7 years on it, and your buyer wants to come in, they want to self-manage, or they want their family to come in and manage, and they don't want that management contract. But in order to exit out of it, you've got huge penalties that may make it where it's not cost effective to exit. So other things that play there when you're dealing with hotels, but definitely You know, just ask a lot of questions, Terrence. You'll be fine. Ask a lot of questions.
Okay. I'm gonna jump out there and stab at it. So we'll see. I mean, the work nothing bad can happen from asking questions. So.